Life is too short to play small. You were designed for big things. Welcome to the Big Design Energy podcast. I am your host, Marissa, and I am so happy to have you here with me. If you're curious about what it would look like for you to live a life truly extraordinary instead of settling for it could be better or it's not that bad, then join me as I share strategies, spiritual practices, and real-world examples to get you inspired and ready to make the life you dream of a reality. Welcome to Big Design Energy. I'm your host, Marissa. So happy to have you here with me. This episode is a little follow-up, a little complimentary to the previous one I released about feeling like you do not belong. Feeling like you do not belong comes with often the feeling of not being enough, not being worthy. Let's talk about that. I want this to be a fresh, comforting, soothing reminder that you can come back to and listen anytime these feelings get overwhelming for you. Like I mentioned in the previous episode, the thought of I am not enough, the almost imposter syndrome of who am I to do this? I am not smart enough. I am only this age. That's something I struggle with. I'm only 29. Who am I to be calling myself a coach, a teacher? Who am I to share wisdom? Who am I to be here? Who am I to belong? I'm not enough. I'm missing something. I need more. I don't know what I need, but I just feel it. I'm not whole. There's something in me is missing. I am not enough. Well, I want to tell you, you are enough. You are more than enough. These thought patterns that play in a loop, maybe not all the time, maybe your loop has expanded. And so you feel more distance between these thoughts. You feel like you've overcome. You feel like I worked on this already. I did the work. I journaled. I did shadow work. I did healing. I, invested in these courses. I spent time with myself. I meditated, whatever it be. Why do these thoughts keep coming up? What's wrong with me? What have I not fixed? What do I need to heal? But there's nothing that is wrong with you. There is nothing that you need to fix. I believe these thoughts are programmed in us, in our actual DNA, in our environments, in the collective, the forces at be, who want to benefit themselves. If you've listened to me before, you've heard me passionately speak how I do not abide by and believe that the reason we came to Earth was to go to school, then go to college, then work a 9 to 5 till we're in our 60s and retire. That's not what we came here to do. But those are the types of systems that are in place, right? To keep those systems going, it's the feeling of I'm not enough. I am not enough to apply for my dream position. I don't have enough experience. I've only been at this job, 2 years, and they want 10 years experience. I don't have enough education. I don't have enough credentials. I don't have enough. I need more. I need to just put my head down, keep my nose to the grindstone, and clock in, clock out, go home, consume foods, consume substances, consume social media, consume television, all of these other programs to enforce the stereotypes, the systems, the so-called way it should be. And then maybe once I have this experience and then I get this job, then I'll be happy. I'm not pretty enough to go talk to that person. Are you kidding me? I'm sure they get attention from someone who's so much better looking than me, so much skinnier, fit, has a better body. Like my boobs, they sag. I have cellulite. You can see veins. I have pores on my face. God forbid my pores are visible. I'm not enough. I'm not worthy of that job or that love, that career, that friendship, that lifestyle, whatever. This is kind of going in a different direction than I had intended, originally anticipated. But I wanted to give this backstory. I don't want to go into too much detail, too much negativity, too much of anything besides comfort. But my point being in saying all of this is that you can understand and then really anchor in the fact that there is nothing wrong with you. You do not need to fix yourself. You do not need to do anything else. You do not need to be anything else, because you are enough as you are right now in this moment. And you've always been enough. You are not in charge. You are not creating the thought process, those thought loops of, I do not belong, I am not enough, I am not worthy, I need this. Once I get this, I'll be happy. You did not create that. It's in your head. It feels like a thought. Take time and examine. Does this feel organic to my soul? Does this feel natural? Or does it feel off? It's been so ingrained in us, so programmed deeply, 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 generation after generation, that you see these limiting beliefs, these traumas around not being enough, passed down through your family, in the media. And so these stereotypes, these feelings are normalized, when in reality, it's an external factor to keep you in the system, to keep you behaving like a good little girl or a good little boy. It's a form of control. So you do not need to fix yourself. You are not a bad person. You are not a failure because you feel like you're not enough. You are not a failure because you've done work on yourself and you still feel like you're not enough. You still don't feel like you're worthy. You still feel like an imposter. That doesn't mean you're a failure. I don't care if you just started on this personal development journey, or you've been in it for a year, a couple years, 10, 15 years. It doesn't matter. These thoughts are bound to come up. But what you do have is the power to acknowledge them, to listen to them, to take them as a truth. Developing your personal power, knowing and trusting that you are here for a reason, that you are powerful, and that you can shape your reality. You can create your reality. Those thoughts do not control you. You are enough. This fear, again, right? That's a very toxic, yet very effective method of control. You see this in the media. You see fear propaganda, which then is going to create a typical reaction to this fear, which is going to result in an outcome that benefits someone, but it's not going to be you. So if you're feeling like you're not enough, you're wondering, how do I fix it? What's a quick fix? Give me 5 steps. Give me the 5 steps, Marissa, so that I can ditch this attitude, ditch this mindset, and step in to my personal power. Well, it's not that logical. It's not that structured. It's going to be different for everyone, but the first step is awareness. You might be getting one piece of the puzzle now. 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years from now, you get more pieces of the puzzle. Then it clicks, then you get a bigger picture. Your perspective grows and expands. I remember when I first, I guess not first, but when I really seriously sat down and started working on my money mindset, I had these feelings of not being worthy. And I described them as they're in my head, but they're not mine. I think these thoughts, I feel these thoughts, and it doesn't make sense. I've lived a great life. I've been showered with love and support. Why do I feel like I'm not worthy? These thoughts, they're in my head, but they're not mine. I don't know how else to describe it. Well, now my perspective has grown. I know, in fact, these are not my thoughts. I tune these thoughts out. If a thought comes in my head along those lines, I shut it down. So, why don't we start with some self-love here? Love on yourself for your accomplishments, for your nice eyebrows, for your random acts of kindness, for all of the things you do. And then realize even if you didn't do any of those things, you are still worthy. It's not logical. You don't have to put everyone else's needs above yours, to slave away, to people please, to do whatever, to be worthy. Plain and simple, you are worthy right now. Trust yourself. Listen to yourself. Spend time connecting with yourself, connecting with your higher self, connecting with source. Instead of prayer and asking, begging, pleading, universe, God, source, just give me this job. I just need to get this job. I swear, once I get this job, I'll be happy. You won't hear from me again about asking for anything. I just want this job. I'm so tired of dating all these douchebags. Send a great guy my way. I promise. I'm ready for love. I'm ready to open my bank account and see $10,000 deposited. I'm ready. Instead of praying and coming at it like that, even coming at it like, ooh, this promotion would be amazing. Please, God, give me this promotion. Build a connection. Build a connection. This is going to strengthen your sense of worthiness. your belief that you are enough. Truth is, you are the creator of your reality. You are the creator of your universe. So instead of asking an outside source, whether that be source or the universe or God, speak your desires into existence. Speak your feelings, your worries. Build this connection versus placing a power above you. Because you are not just enough, you are more than enough. You are more than enough to create the promotion with the right environment and the right pay and the schedule and the coworkers that are amazing and the love of your life who stares at you when time stops and you forget about everything else in the world. But if you do not believe you are enough, then you will be a match for not enough. You could get a promotion, but this was not what I was thinking. This is not enough. This is not right. This doesn't work. You could find a guy who red flags you are blind to, who feels like they overwhelmingly are not enough. Love yourself. Trust yourself. Be kind and gentle with yourself. I feel like I went in a few different directions. So to recap, these thoughts of I am not enough, I do not belong, I am not worthy are not your thoughts. Yes. Does that sound crazy? Some of you might feel like that sounds crazy, but I've experienced it. Let me tell you, you can have thoughts in your head that are not your own. How do you build this trust, this love, this knowing, this belief within you that you are enough, that you belong here, that you are worthy of everything you desire? And you do not have to work 80 hours a week. You do not have to go on 50 horrible dates to get to the right date. You do not have to make just enough to pay your bills. You connect with yourself. Become familiar, build a connection, build a relationship with yourself. And you will see your power and how powerful you are. I love you. You're supported. You belong here. You are worthy. You are enough. Thank you for choosing to spend your time here with me today. If this episode and the message I shared resonated with you and you would like to support the podcast, please share on your social media, share with your friends and family, rate, review, and subscribe. And remember, you have the power already within you to create the life you desire. Until next episode.